How's it going, guys? So we're out here on another one, and I just wanted to film this little prep table reach-in we have here. This is a perfect example of why we always need to check power before we plug in any type of appliances. The electrician at this new restaurant build had wired a couple of these outlets to, it looks like 15 amp outlet plugs, and he put 208 to these outlets and essentially just fried this equipment. I opened the back up, and the PCB inside has a resistor that's totally fried off, and this is the same exact thing that happened over here on this 3-door as well. I already got into this one and diagnosed everything, and so I'm going to be coming back and probably replacing these parts due to these reach-ins being about $5,000 to $8,000, the customer said. So I'm basically just going through all of these units to see what components I'm gonna need to replace, or if it's even gonna be worth replacing. Okay, so I got this section all opened up. Like I said, basically what I'm doing is going through getting model and serial numbers off of components to see what needs to be replaced. And as I open this cabinet up, I got a real strong whiff of some electrical burning smell, and I just knew then and there probably the fan motors needed to be changed. I checked the resistance on these little shaded pole motors, and I'm getting open readings. So that thing fried these windings, these little windings in here open. I'm going to check the other one just to be safe, but I'm going to probably just go ahead and replace both of these as well. So far on this unit, we got a bad PCB and 2 evaporator fan motors that need to be replaced. Over on the other one, we got a bad PCB, condenser fan motor, and 3 evaporator motors that need to be replaced. So just going down the line, taking things off my box. I already went through and used my little compressor start cord here, shout out NorCal Dave, and tested the compressor in both of these, and they're both starting and running fine. Alright guys, so we're back. I got all the parts I think I need, and this is what I was talking about. This is kind of what we're looking like. I'm not sure if you can see the fuse and stuff in there. After I pull this box out, I'll get a better shot of it, but that thing is cooked. I don't see any issues with this front board, and I believe this wire right here is what feeds our temp controller. So I don't see anything like cooked per se on this top board, so we're going to cross our fingers and hope the temp controller is not going to be bad either, but you just never know with situations like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get this whole assembly swapped out, and get the evaporator motors in, and we'll give it a test and see, make sure everything's going to run good. Not so sure if you can see this a little bit better now, but that is our issue. Our resistor pretty much popped right there, and then the fuse, of course, is totally cooked. Same exact thing happened on that other reach-in, which I'll be showing y'all pretty soon. I'm just going ahead and getting these motors disassembled. We're going to reuse the same blades and put those on the new motor, and I'm going to show y'all how to get these blades off. It's real important that we don't tug on these blades without removing this inner spring looking thing here. I just kind of take my screwdriver and real carefully go around it. Kind of pops right off, and give these blades a nice little tug. Just like that. And now we can take the bracket off and put them onto our new motors. Which are right here. Okay, so I got the mounting brackets on. These, same model motor, same company, everything. They come with different mounting ways to mount it. These ones had screws that go into them, and these had screws that already came out of them, so I had to kind of modify that a little bit. Luckily I had some of these small, what are they? Look like 9mm bolts that come with, you know, your normal aftermarket condenser motors and stuff. So I got these all mounted to the bracket, but quickly I wanted to show how I knew these motors were bad, besides the smell right opening the cabinet. This is what I did when I went through, is I went ahead and checked the resistance on all these motors. You can kind of get a feel. This is 0.2 ohms. And when I try to test resistance across these, they're reading open. The new motor's supposed to be reading about 30 ohms of resistance across that coil. That's how I knew these were bad without even putting power to it, without even watching them run. I went through to all the motors in the case and checked resistance across them. Alright, got the fan motors installed, got the new PCB in, so we are going to plug it in and send it, and hopefully this controller's not going to be bad. Hopefully everything works the way it's supposed to. Hopefully we don't have any fried sensors or anything. So I already did check the power in this outlet. This is dead. I think the electricians were fixing it while I was waiting for parts. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug this guy in right here. Alright. We have some sound notification. We have display. Alright. Oh no. Might have a bad condenser fan motor here. I don't like the sound of that. I'm gonna dive into this and see what I can figure out. Okay, so it looks like we have evaporator fan motors now. The noise I was hearing is actually the cleaner for the condenser coil. It has one of those self-cleaners on it. We have a flashing snowflake right here, which I'm gonna go ahead and assume that we are on a compressor delay, so we're gonna go ahead and wait for that. Oh, just clicked. So let's see what we got going on back here. I checked resistance of this condenser fan motor and that looked good, so oh, that's spinning good. Can't really tell on the camera frame rate, but it's spinning full speed. And I can hear my compressor hum. So, man, she lucked out with this one. So I'm gonna just leave this all open and let it run for a little while, and get started on that next one. Alright, so we're up here on the top of the reach-in freezer here. So this is what I found so far. Not sure if it's gonna come through on camera properly, but here's what we got. Here's the condenser fan motor. I'm gonna go ahead and test the resistance across that. It is an ECM, so it would probably get like mega ohm resistances rather than normal, but it's totally open. So we're gonna go ahead and swap that out. And I was informed this unit wasn't as expensive as I thought it was, due to it being a scratch and dent. This, I don't know if that comes through on the camera, but that's kind of what you get with a scratch and dent. The whole bracket to this compressor is jacked up. The fan motor is all pushed in. It's almost like something hit this compressor and knocked this fan motor, or something fell on it, or it fell forward, or something weird happened to this. It got slammed around pretty good. So we're going to try to bend this back, change this motor, and then our PCB is actually going to be right in this box here. So we're going to go ahead and get that changed out, get this motor changed out first probably, and then try to fire this thing up. I took some resistances again on my evaporator fan motors. They were reading in the mega ohms, but they're a little bit higher than I would like them to be. So we're gonna go ahead and just change what we know to be bad, and then I have the motors in case I need to go ahead and change those too. But man, this thing did get slammed around. Look at the bracket right there. Thing got like ripped out. I don't even know if this condensing unit or this condenser coil assembly is even like screwed into the chassis. No, definitely not. So we're gonna definitely be leak checking this with my combustible gas detector, because this is let me see, yeah, it doesn't say right here. Oh, R290, that's what this one's gonna be. So we're going to go through everything with a combustible leak detector and do what we need to do and do it safely. Alright guys, so check it out. I got the condenser and the coil cleaner, the automatic coil cleaner assembly pulled back and re-screwed in. I'm not using the original holes that got ripped out. I just popped some new holes in the chassis there. And I'm going to be mounting the new fan motor right now. But something to kind of consider is this is the replacement motor that Turbo Air gave me the part number for. This is the one they use. But I'll put us side by side here in a minute. The black motor that was on here, the blade actually extends out about another 1/2 inch to 3/4 inches. So likely gonna have to, when I mount this sucker in here, I'm gonna have to probably pop some new holes in this as well and push it up about 3/4 of an inch so that that blade sits right in the shroud the way it's supposed to. Got the new fan motor installed. Man, this blade is super jacked up. I'm definitely gonna have to come back and change that blade, but we're just gonna get it running for today. Hopefully watch it cycle and come down in temp. Man, these guys, they're trying to open this restaurant, and they were one call away from the health inspection to be able to do this. They went ahead and tried to plug these coolers in and they got fried. So I'm gonna get these going, get them coming down to temp so they can get their health inspection and start opening this place, and I'm gonna come back and correct any of these minor issues later. Not saying that this is minor, but I don't think it'll affect the performance of the cooler enough to cause a major issue between now and whenever they can get their health inspection this week. I might even be back before the health inspection to get that fixed. So, but now we got that in, we just got to plug it in. Probably not even gonna reach. I'll mess with that in a second. But we're gonna go ahead and move over here. This is the board I was talking about. Okay, so here is the PCB for the freezer. Same kind of story. If you look right over here, I don't know if you can see that, we have totally blown out a resistor. I opened the cabinet, the box door, and it was on the ground right there. You can kind of see the indentation where it smoldered in there. Fuse is all cooked. So we're gonna go ahead and change this board. We got our fingers crossed, you know, hopefully it's the same story. This ribbon is gonna be the temperature controller over here, so hopefully that's not totally fried. But let's get this changed out and see. We're 1 for 1, so. Alright guys, oh my goodness, that fan motor is vibrating like crazy. Definitely needs a new fan blade. But we are running, and it's pulling air. So let's check out the inside. We got a display, and no evaporator motors, but that could be because I got the door open. Well, that's a pretty sick LED. Oh man, I like that. Let's go ahead and shut this. They don't have the normal door switches. It looks like they have some kind of magnets. So let me get my flashlight and then I'll open that up and we'll take a look together to see if those suckers are moving. Ooh, got one of them going. That's not good. Let's try again. Okay, we only got one spinning. So we're gonna try to troubleshoot this a little bit further. I wish there was some way we could. Let's actually just follow this real quick. We may not be connected properly. I'm gonna track this issue down, make sure we have voltage here, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I wound up having to change this left fan motor. Like I was saying, it was giving me some funky readings. I didn't actually check this one. I kind of assumed both of them needed to be changed if one of them was messed up, because they're both ran off the same hot. It's not like they stage or anything, so. But this one's actually good. I'm gonna hang on to the extra fan motor in case this one goes kaput in the next, couple weeks or whatever. But you can get a better look at the difference of these. And that's why everyone loves turbo air, I guess. But we're gonna get this this fan shroud back on, get something to brace that condenser fan on the top for the time being, to mitigate the vibration and stuff. And I'm gonna get this thing fired up, and then I'm gonna come double check on this one. This thing was running down to about 30 and then running back up to 40, so I'm thinking we're probably gonna need some differential adjustments on that thermostat. So I'll dick with that a little bit after I get this one pulling down. But man, she got super lucky with this one. It could have been much worse. We could have had a fried compressor, a major, some other major issues, a temperature controller. It looks like that sucker's not cheap. So we'll put this back together and we'll see where we're at. Alright guys, so check it out. The freezer's coming down in temp. I'm gonna probably go ahead and set that to what we need it to be. And our little prep table, I got it all buttoned up. It's coming down in temp right now as we speak. The last step I wanted to go over for today is we're going to take our combustible leak detector and quickly go over the condensing unit and go over the evap coil the best we can. And this little sucker is super sensitive, so we'll be able to pick it up pretty darn easy if there is any refrigerant leaking through there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this unplugged and check it out. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly go over the U-bends here. Make sure we don't have any issues. I don't suspect we do. I know this condenser coil got knocked around pretty good. I'm gonna double check everything again when I come back and I change that fan blade, but this is just for the meantime so we can safely have it in operation and not actually worry about any fires or explosions after I leave here. These little units are pretty good about it, so yeah, we'll do what we can. So looks like our coil's back here. Perfect. Go ahead and just run it along. Like I said, this cooler is brand new. I don't really suspect it having much issue, especially in here. If any place I would be cautious of is probably that condensing unit, because it got knocked around so good. But man, this thing is so sensitive. Like, we get near any gas, it starts screaming. So yeah, I'm pretty confident we're gonna be okay here. Just gonna quickly run it down the back. Yeah, okay. So I'd say we're good to go there. I'll double check it again when I'm changing that blade. Usually the rule of thumb that I follow is with flammable refrigerants, have this thing on you and check it before you work on it. If it's, you know, already in operation, I would definitely check it before I touched it. And then on while we're doing any repairs, just to be cautious. You know, we don't want anything we do to cause, you know, a fuel ignition or something like that. So hey guys, so check it out. We finally got this cooler coming down in temp, and we got our prep table coming down in temp as well. We had a little bit of a struggle with this cooler. As it was coming down the first time, it kept hitting about 26, 27 degrees on the lowest setting and then shutting off. And I thought, crap, you know, somebody, I might need to get the temperature controller for it, because I thought I was taking a dump. And I finally went through, checked all the wiring, make sure the compressor relay on top wasn't fried or anything, but then I called tech support. And I guess before they bought this freezer, for some reason, somebody had this controller set to refrigeration settings. So just a heads up, even though it says M3 freezer, these controllers can do refrigerators or freezers. I had no idea. I thought it came on the right settings, or, you know, whatever else. I thought it only had, I thought it was like a regular temperature controller, but it's not. This controller does both. So luckily we got that changed, and now I can see we're coming down to around 20 degrees. Hey guys, I just wanted to say thank you for sticking around to the end. I know I haven't been putting out very many videos. I haven't been putting out any at all, really. For the last couple months, I've just been so busy. But I'm planning on putting a couple more out if y'all still want to watch them. I got my own company now, got my contractor license. I'm not working for anybody else, so when I can film, I'll film it for you and put it on, and we can all learn this shit together. But again, thanks for watching. Like if you liked, dislike if you didn't, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.